It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Washington football team and the Los Angeles Rams. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down, and the possession changes.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And
I guess I need to clarify. I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking?
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will bring it back. It's an interception. Return for the Rams touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by a return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra play by Carson up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the give, this is Akers. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. He's supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past him. They put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Well, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. action. Now Wilson. They'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Off-play action, Washington. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper in at 2nd and 1. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first and 10, Washington. That's onto the flat for Akers. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Looking to throw. Washington. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a first and 10 at the 11. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. Touchdown Washington. Kyle Pitts with his 16th touchdown of the year. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. 14, Washington 7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a handoff looking right. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Throwing on first down. Washington. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 24-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Chris Jones on the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Wilson. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 10. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough?
Oh, a ball batted in the air, now it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker, and this one will be brought back to the 22. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they try the right side here. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Carlson on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the front.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here comes the blitz as they... And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. From the shotgun, Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They go play action with Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Blake Gilligan in punt formation.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Well, the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Wilson. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And some room to maneuver. And down inside the 15 he goes. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off around the 41, and the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Washington. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do.
Touchdown! A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. 7 yards to pick up there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Back to throw. Washington. And that is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, LA! The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Well, that deserves a couple exclamation points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down. A pretty low forward for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in the preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And now here's a carry heading left. Breaks the tackle, now rally. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 168 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Javon Kinlaw, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will they'll swell by one more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Washington on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here's a handoff out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 182 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
31 yards on the punt there. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Then he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 3rd down, Washington. And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Quick slant here to Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Washington. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now he brings up 3rd down. And a long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Los Angeles, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Washington, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.